Hey, how the heck are you? And welcome to Kimmy's Real Adventures and Stuff. This vlog is in regards to Dear Los Angeles. Do you like LA history? Do you want to know how it was between the years of 1542 and 2018? Well, I moved out here 33 years ago, or actually 32 years ago, back in 1990. Boy, have things changed. So I can just imagine how much they've changed since this. And I'm going to be reading, this is part of the book read of this book. So if you love history, if you love California as much as I do, if you love Southern California as much as I do, if you love Hollywood as much as I do, stay tuned because this is an exciting book that I highly recommend. And like I said, I picked it up on eBay. Stick with me till the end of the video. Stick with me through the video because I am going to, over a period of time, I'm going to be reading from this book as well as the other one I've been reading to save you money by giving you something that's free that you can use for your advantage. Sound good? Sound like a plan? Good, so let's go. Last time I was reading, last time I was reading, I started with the preface, and most books have, a couple of pages of preface. So, and this does too, so bear with me while I read, the rest of the preface, which is only another page and a half, maybe 2 pages. And then we're going to pick up on people's feelings and opinions of Los Angeles from those years of 1542 to 2018. And here we go. The biggest difference between Dear Los Angeles and New York Diaries is the addition of the epistolary. Here we go with words I can't pronounce again. Epistolary, that's Epistolary, writing alongside the diary excerpts. 2 reasons for this. The first one, easy. I just kept finding such terrific LA letters, published or unpublished, from people who, in most cases, didn't keep diaries, that I couldn't bear leaving them out. Now, this is from the editor, David Kipend. He edited all these letters and things and poems, and he put them together in this wonderful book. The other reason is that Manhattan circa 1609 has an unsupporting century and a half head start over Los Angeles in the diary-keeping department, even allowing for the handicap. New York's endearing self-absorption gives it an unfair advantage. Historically, more New Yorkers' diaries get published for reasons both justifiable and not. I also suspect that more New York... I am so sorry. Please forgive me for not pronouncing everything properly. I also suspect that more New Yorkers per capita keep a diary. I wouldn't know. I don't live in New York. Something has to pass the time there. Yes, I guess they would have to have something to pass the time there because I couldn't imagine living there, nor would I want to. No offense to New York. I just don't like anything to do with cold weather. And once the cold weather hits on the East Coast, there's not much to do unless you like going out and playing in the snow. See, because I'm from the East Coast, but not New York. I'm sure New York has its nice points, just like everywhere else, And like I've stated before, California is the place to be and no place I'd rather be, because you can get everything that's in the world somewhere in California. Cold weather, hot weather, the foods, the cultures. That's why I love LA. It's multicultural. You can experience all kinds of things from all over the world. And then you have stores like the World Market where you can go in there and, get things from other parts of the world as well. Okay, back to the preface. Trash talking aside, the book said that, not me, but I think I was kind of trash talking the East Coast. I'm sorry, I just don't care for it. It's not my cup of tea. Trash talking aside, I realized that another form of offhand writing had to pick up the slack. Once I incorporated the letters, plus a few irresistible scraps of columnizing tweets, blogs, and old oration, essentially, any kind of LA writing with a date on it and no real posterity intended, my feared undersupply of material became a horn of plenty. Apart from how it's organized and how letters crash the diary party, a last unavoidable question to address here is what got in and what didn't. You could spend a lifetime in libraries and archives and barely scratch the surface of what's available. The only constraints are publisher patience and authorial liquidity. Liquidity. Within these parameters, my criteria for including an entry were basically 1, relevance to LA, and 2, indefensible, undefinable editorial prerogative. Mostly, I like these entries because they told me something about my city. For reasons hard to quantify, they played off each other in quirky, covalent ways. Covalent? Covalent? Some underscored how far we've come. Others how far we still have to go. Ultimately, the entries had a hard time getting in if they didn't make me laugh or tick me off or choke me up. A shamefaced word here about those who didn't make the cut often enough, i.e., poor people, minorities, women, and all the other Angelinos who lived some fascinating but tantalizing unrecorded lives. Historic reasons may exist for their relative oblivion, so probably due careless myopic ones on my part. Those forgotten might or might not have cared that this book stints them, but I do, and I apologize for it. Now that's David Kipend still talking in the preface. That's why I'm not done yet. Every day, dumpster loads of family diaries and letters wind up in landfills. Descendants cherry-pick the antiques for estate sales and, regretfully or not, consign the rest to oblivion. Executors of Los Angeles, I implore you, have pity on the social historians, the beachcombing pseudo-historians of the future. Half-assed temporary preservation is easier than ever. Haul out your Bubby's Saratoga trunk, open up your abuelita's closet, that would be your grandmother's closet in Spanish. Read some of those yellowed notebook pages, those bundled love letters, even some of that sent mail. That was a great time when people actually wrote letters. And if you still like to write letters, send me one. Drop me a message in my Facebook PM, and I will answer you back. We need to bring back the handwriting of letters and such. It was so great. Okay, then snap pictures of at least a good example or two. If you don't have anywhere else to donate them, email them to me at kipend@gmail.com. So I'm guessing that's David Kipend's email address. That's KIPEND@gmail.com. I'm working to launch an initiative that'll give your history a home. If you shelled out for Dear LA, it's the least I can do. You won't be alone either. To quote a lyric that Stephen Stills stashed off after a riot on the Sunset Strip, there's something happening here. Indeedy, there is. There's always something going on in Hollywood or whatever. There always was, and there always will be. But it's not just our secret anymore. Some mega cities have started to look upon Los Angeles not as the cautionary boogeyman of old, but as a possible way forward. Resourceful, inventive, homegrown scholars, pre-reviewed and otherwise, continue to emerge. Next to their labors, mine look less like a research and more like vampirism. Developmentally, the city may finally be entering the mere stage, starting to recognize its own reflection. Other minors, too, may now be called for the funhouse variety. I hope not excluded. This is Los Angeles. There's always an alternate route. Boy, that's a fact. Now it's the time to shut up and let the hundreds of my neighbors get a word in, quick and dead alike. The habitures, here's another word I can't pronounce, habitus, with a little apostrophe above the U, Habitues. And just passing through LA is a mountain lion we only glimpse in shutter quick flashes. A strong diary entry or letters makes it good a tripwire as any. Way back when, for a lark, Angelenos used to plant now entering Los Angeles city limit signs in faraway places and pose next to them for pictures. LA is so big, the joke went that you could trek to the Himalayas and still never escape LA. Had no limits. LA had no limits. But the joke cracks both ways. A driver only sees an entering Los Angeles sign on the way into town, never the way out. Look at it this way. LA is the place Angelenos are forever approaching, but can never quite get to. Like the city's most salient, salable feature. That's a tongue twister. Salient and salable feature. You can't look directly at it. On the right day, though, over the shoulder of a frank letter writer or diarist, you can feel its radiance. David Kipend, Los Angeles, California. Okay, now to begin the actual book, because that was the end of the preface. Dear LA. Let's get started with January the 1st, 1853, and I will read all of January 1st on this vlog, and the next vlog will pick up at January the 2nd. Ooh, how exciting, right? Stay tuned. January 1st, 1853. I have not yet seen a gold mine. Let me be clear. Few immigrants can say this. Nearly all rush to the mines on their first coming. This must have been the time of the gold rush. As if there were no other pursuit worthy of attention. From this mania, however, there they are fast recovering. Thus, hope is reviving for this part of the country. A great revolution is silently going up. And that was Judge Benjamin Hayes, if anyone knows of who he was. January 1st, 1923. On January the 1st, 1923, this mighty temple was opened. Since the break of day, surging multitudes had been gathering, filling the streets in every direction, waiting for the doors to open. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, a scaffolding had been hastily erected in front of the temple and draped with the great American flag. Loving hands, atremble with eagerness and excitement of the moment, lifted me to the top of the scaffolding, from which the outside dedication service was held, from which we read the story of the ancient temple of Jerusalem. This entry is by Sister Amy Semple McPherson. That would be a good history to look into. Some of the people who wrote these entries, like Sister Amy Semple McPherson. Look into the history of her. That could be another content video or content vlogs, If content like that would interest you, just let me know. I'll check it out and I'll try to do videos from that location as well as movie locations. Some movie locations, that would be awesome. Okay, January 1st, 1934. Had an awful flood in La Crescenta and Montrose. Many killed and injured, and many homes washed away. Rained all day, stayed home and quilted. And that's by G. McGramma. Not sure who that is. Okay. January 1st, 1941. It's going from January. This book goes all the way from January to December 31st. And there's entries for every day of the month, just so you know. And this is January 1st, 1941. I must really try to keep this journal more regularly. That sounds like something I write in my journal. I don't write in it every day, but I really should. It will be invaluable to me if I do. That's what I just said. Because this year is going to be one of the most decisive periods of the 20th century. And even the doings and thoughts of the most remote and obscure people will reflect the image of its events. That's a hell of a paragraph to start off with. Why are we all so pompous on New Year's Day? Come off it. You're not Hitler or Churchill. Nobody called on you to make a statement. As a matter of fact, what did you actually do? What did I actually do? Not a whole lot. Thought about starting this channel. Anyway, last night you went on to the temple where the Swami, wrapped in a blanket, read aloud from the sayings of the Rama Krishna, the Vedas, and the Bible until midnight. Then you came home and you couldn't sleep, so you reread most of Wells' The First Men in the Moon. And that entry is by Christopher Isherwood, Isherwood. January 1st, 1985. Where is this life? Where are the people? Even though I know all of the answers, I am still not satisfied by the responses. A Korean family bought an Eakins house, that's E-K-I-N-S, house yesterday. They began to cut down every tree growing in the backyard. Peggy would turn over in her grave. Debbie would cry. I was anguished. What a city! Widen the streets. Tear down the paths. Destroy the trees. I'm having trouble building up the energy and commitment. I need to form a committee to save 50s architecture. Oi! And that entry was by Aaron Paley. I agree with him. Stop tearing down the trees, y'all. I mean, the historical landmarks, no matter where you are, whether it be California or anywhere else in the world, leave the daggone landmarks alone. Leave the old architecture alone. If it's abandoned, so be it, but that's just my opinion. Okay, now that wraps it up for January 1st entries of Dear Los Angeles. And the next vlog, I will pick it up with January the 2nd. And it's going from January 2nd, 1848 to January 2nd, 1932. Oh, for January 2nd, there's only 2 entries. So the next vlog will be a little longer, I'm suspecting. So, if you like this vlog, if you like my videos, which I really hope you do, because I want intriguing content, but so I can get the viewers and the subscribers. I want to make people happy, bottom line. And I want to make content that you want to see, that you will watch the whole video. I don't want to be pushy or anything, but I want to make people laugh. I've always liked to make people laugh. I'm not very good at remembering jokes and stuff, but, I try. I love to help people and I love to make them laugh, and I just need to know what kind of content you want to see, because I would like to have a variety of content for my channel, and the book readings, the book reviews, the food reviews, movie reviews, which I'm going to try my hand at. And my friend Mikki Hall from Dapohouse, check her out. She's also on YouTube. She does great movie reviews. So I'm taking some inspiration from her as well. And all the YouTubers I follow, as well as her, they have inspired me to start this YouTube channel. Now that I've reached a mature age, I'm not letting life's aches and pains and whatnot bring me down. If there's something in your life that you feel like doing, don't let anything stop you. Just go for it. Try your hand at it, like I am. I'll be honest with you, I'm 60 years old and I'm just starting a YouTube channel. Hey, I'm 4 months into it. And I know it's going to be slow to start. And that's why I'm saying, I want to make my videos encouraging. I want to make you laugh. I want to keep you intrigued. And I just need to know how to do that by telling me, what do you like? What do you want to see? As well as I'm going to get out there. I'm going to do more Randonautica videos. More videos around Los Angeles. I really haven't done any videos around Los Angeles yet. I've done a few for Simi Valley, like my morning walk. So I hope you'll join me on my morning walk videos as well. Go back and watch those. And if you're not able to get out of your house to take a morning walk, just to follow along with me on my morning walk videos, just walk in place, because you'll still be getting a little bit of exercise, right? It's like people doing yoga at home. And yeah, I want to do more Randonautica videos, but I think I'm going to have better luck in Hollywood as opposed to Simi Valley. It's all been a bust on Simi Valley, but hey, you get to see a lot of nice scenery during the morning walks, and even with the Randonautica, if it is a bust, I try to show a lot of the surroundings, beautiful surroundings. So, drop suggestions in the box. Oh. Anywho, yeah, click that like button, click that subscribe button. Share me on social media. And I do believe there's a notification bell down there. Do that. And I'll put a link in the description for my merch, which I'm going to have to go through Facebook for the time being, or you'll have to go through Facebook to get to the store. And I also have some wristbands coming up. I have some wristbands coming up that I should get by the end of the month. If you're interested in purchasing a wristband with my logo, PM me on Facebook. And I've run my mouth long enough for this vlog. I don't want you to fall asleep. So I hope you have a great evening. Stay goofy. Okay, see ya.